In order to create your own reality, you must first understand what reality is. Now, what you're living in right now may not be all of reality. You may not be attuned to some of the higher frequencies or higher dimensions, as some people might say. Here's how you can create your reality in 3 steps. So, step number one is you need to get extremely clear on what it is that you want. If you can't see it in your mind's eye, you can't achieve it. So you need to crystallize what that looks like for you, whether it's writing it down through paper, whether it's asking yourselves a series of questions, whatever it is that helps you draw out exactly what that vision looks like. The more clear you can get, the easier it is. So step number two, once we have the vision, is we need to move into being the type of person who has the outcome that you want. And so what I mean by this is we look at and adopt the belief that this vision has already accomplished. Time just has to catch up. And so like it's already done. And this may sound like a more complex topic because you have to understand that time is linear, but that's another topic which I'll make a video on. So acting as if it is already done, being the person who would have that done, right? And so as you are being the person, this comes into the next step, which is step three is the small steps that you take every day towards being, towards doing and having. And so every single day, consistency, you'll hear this and see this over and over again. Consistency is the answer. It is the name of the game. So what we need to do in this step is we've already clearly seen exactly what we want to create. We've already entered into a state of being that you know it's already done. Now we just need to set up the actions that we're going to do daily, the commitments, and our level of standards is really important. Your standards. We need to set those at the level that we are willing to accept, because that's what we'll get. And so if you need help on this step, raising your level of standards, I can help. I guess there'll be a link below. As you stepped into this identity, as you executed all 3 of the steps, the transformation is a byproduct of doing the steps. And again, just consistency. So if you need accountability, that would possibly be a reason to hire somebody to work with you. You're not going to do this unless you have the perfect system or structure or whatever the case is. That would also be a reason that you could potentially hire me or someone to help you step into this dream reality faster. And I will be making like a little mini course on this in the future if there's enough demand. If there is, like leave me a comment if that's something you'd be interested in, and I'll get to creating it. As you know of it, you are a person, you're in your body, you walk around, you have parents, you had parents at one time, you walk around and interact with the world. A table is a table. The kitchen is the kitchen. Everything's separate, but this isn't the truth. So actually, at least according to quantum physics, at the subatomic particle level, everything is vibrating, everything is energy, and it's all energy from one source. So in actuality, everything is connected. And you probably already know this. You've probably already heard like everything is connected. This is what the gurus, yogis, mystics, all these people, what they would say is we are all one, we're all connected. So you probably already know that. But because we are connected, despite what we see with our 5 senses, there is more. And just being open to this idea will allow you to start observing it more. So what do I mean by this? What's an example so you can understand? So you have felt a bad vibe from someone before. That I'm certain of, right? And hopefully you listened to the bad vibe, but if you didn't, you probably learned a lesson, right? People call it going with your gut or making decisions with your heart, whatever it is, there's some kind of feeling there. And that feeling was a bad one. Now, on the other side of things, you've also met someone who just instantly brightened you up, made you feel better. After you got done talking to them, you were more energized, you were more excited about life, and you just felt good, right? So you felt these feelings before from different people, but you may or may not have decided, okay, this is real energy transmitting through people or through beings is a real thing, right? So you can take a moment to decide for yourself, is that a real thing? Do I notice that some people drain me, other people energize me? Do I notice that some people, I just don't feel good when I hang out with them, and other people, I feel amazing, I feel inspired, I feel happy, I feel joy, I feel just at peace. So as you think about that now, you probably are noticing that yes, this is real, or this has shown up in some way, shape, or form in your life before. Now, if that's true, then the question is, how can I move my level of energy up the scale? How can you move your level of energy up the scale? So that way, number one, you have more energy. Number two, you can affect more people. More people will, I don't want to say look up to you, but more people will feel your presence. You will be more attractive, not in a physical way, but in just like magnetically attracting people who are coming to you, opportunities and things like this. So the lowest levels of this energy level scale are like guilt and shame, and anger is pretty low, fear is low, right? A lot of these emotions that are common and people haven't dealt with them or looked at them or thought about perhaps releasing them. So all of us have some of these low level emotions, by the way. It's just a question of when they come up and how much they're affecting you, how dominant they are. So we can essentially heal these lower emotions, these lower feelings that we have, which will then allow us to climb or unlock some of these higher emotions and being able to live in them consistently, being able to be in them. So even if you're, in the 200s right now, you know that the feeling of progressing to the 300s and even higher to the 400s and so on is going to dramatically increase the experience you have in reality. So there's no downside really in exposing these emotions, right? We have fear or shame around perhaps sharing past experiences or things that maybe we've not told anybody about. And those things, when released, bring you immense peace. You feel lighter. You feel just more you. You're getting back to who you really are. So that's how reality actually works. There's this energy thing. We don't fully understand it. Right now, it's a map, a model, and we'll be able to understand more as more people look at this concept and apply it to their life. Everybody that I've shown this map to has recognized truth in it. So I'll have this map posted right here so you can take a look. I highly recommend you dive deeper into this, whether it's with me or somebody referred to you or just on your own. You can absolutely start doing this on your own. So if you have any questions, send me a DM on Twitter. That's the best place to get a hold of me. It's @StrongJawSales, and I'll see you in the next one.